Good morning or good day, everyone. I'm Dr. Amy Spizuoco. I'm a board certified dermatologist and dermatopathologist in New York City. I founded and own my practice called True Dermatology. I'm on faculty at Mount Sinai, and I'm starting a conference called DermVIP Summit with my conference chair, Dr. Peter Friedman. We went through a bunch of iterations of names for the conference, and did a lot of researching on if anything sounded similar to what we were thinking. But we came up with this idea where there's not a true just New York meeting for dermatologists. There's plenty of meetings that happen in New York. We had this idea of starting this meeting for to be an annual New York meeting for New Yorkers, and then hopefully eventually we'll expand national, maybe global. That's the way I think. And we wanted it to be for our dermatology colleagues, MDs, DOs, PAs, NPs, residents, students who are in dermatology. We don't really want to outreach to other folks that are, maybe family medicine that are also treating skin patients. We really, really want to focus on our dermatology colleagues, and we want to make sure they have the most up-to-date experts teaching them dermatology. So we are having all our VIP speakers, as we're calling it, Derm VIP Summit, come and teach and present the latest and greatest on inflammatory skin conditions, particularly relating to hair disorders. There aren't a lot of conferences that focus on hair disorders. And right now, hair loss, hair disorders, androgenetic alopecia, even our alopecia areata are really, really, important and trending. And, a lot of folks are treating hair loss disorders more than we used to in the past. And much of that is because we have some really great improvements in our medications and our treatment armamentarium. So we really want to bring to light how these hair loss disorders can now be treated very successfully. Peter and I were only introduced maybe a little over a year ago. We didn't know too much about each other, and we are very different and very similar at the same time. So, planning a conference with someone you don't know that well, you wonder if there's going to be a lot of obstacles. But fortunately, we agree on everything. It's pretty incredible. I've had a lot of experience planning conferences when I was president of the American Osteopathic College of Dermatology, and he has a lot of experience with research. So we just have been coming together on so many topics and really, really agreeing. And where I'm a little bit stronger on conference planning and he's a little bit stronger on agenda and topics we should discuss, it's been really great working together. We chose to spotlight hair loss disorders and scalp conditions because we didn't see that there really was too many conferences focusing on that. Most conferences, have um, one particular need. Like, some conferences do just cosmetics, some do just Mohs, some do inflammatory conditions, but we saw that there was a need for a conference to discuss how to diagnose, how to treat, how to manage, and just how to educate your patients about treating their hair loss disorders. So we have a really awesome agenda set up. We're really lucky that speaking about obstacles, we've had some obstacles in the past when we were looking for a location. We had a lot of different ideas. We had some obstacles on funding the project. And then we've had, some obstacles on getting, the agenda and the speakers set up. But we've been actually really fortunate that things have really come into play, and we've got a great location. It's the New York Academy of Medicine on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Beautiful space. We have a great conference organizer who's really doing a beautiful job setting things up for us. And then we also have amazing speakers, and we really consider that these are our VIP presenters and educators in this space. We're talking a lot about inflammatory scalp conditions. We're talking about a lot of inflammatory conditions that also affect the scalp. We are talking about pediatric dermatology and hair loss disorders that, kids are not necessarily should be treated the same way that adults are. They are, especially individuals. We're also talking about what's going on with all the cosmeceuticals and supplements for hair loss disorders. So we have a lot of really great speakers. We have Jerry Shapiro, we have Neil Sadick, we have Doris Day, we have Mark Lebwall, we have Omar Noor, we have Scott Drew. So a lot of people in this space that are treating all different versions of scalp conditions. We want members of the dermatology community to attend because we want this to be our annual New York dermatology meeting for New Yorkers, keeping it local and then hopefully eventually expand nationally and, like I said, globally, I think big. And we want our attendees to take away the latest and greatest and all the updates on how to manage, how to treat, how to diagnose hair loss disorders for their patients and for our community.